I knew you would.
You have to enter the title code. 168080. 80 twice.
This must be serious. Look at the serious look on Caitlin.
It's been a busy day today.
Yeah. Okay, Judge, he's trying to log on right now. There he is. Step over here, Mr. Martinez. Stand right here and you're gonna be looking at your Zoom so they can see your face. Did you hit join?
Yes.
There you go. You just be looking right here, straight in here. Okay.
There you are.
Yes,
All right.
We can hear you, okay?
You all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
The court will recall case number 651219, State versus Justin Chavez Martinez. Before we recessed to make sure we had our ducks in a row, I had talked to you about the different rights that you have. Do you recall that discussion?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then we started talking about this document that's before you. You have the identifying information at the top, and then the title is Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. Now, there's three specific sentences that start off. They're separated. First one says, I, Justin Joel Chavez Martinez, the defendant, being present in court in person, hereby waive the reading of the charging instrument in the above numbered and style called. What that means, sir, is that you can require me to read word for word the document that accuses you. But you're saying I don't need that because the second sentence you say, I understand what I'm charged with.
Yes, sir.
That unlawfully carrying a handgun, a weapon, to wit a handgun in a motor vehicle. Then
Yes.
the third sentence in there, you declare, I hereby enter a plea of nolo contendere to the following allegation, that is unlawfully carrying a weapon, handgun, motor vehicle. Now, we talked about, we are talking now about the substance or the main body of this document is divided into 15 separate parts or divisions, and each one is numbered 1 through 15. Number 1, you notice there is the range of punishment. What is the punishment that you can be given for this offense? There's a check mark that says, you know, this is now a class A misdemeanor. You can be fined from $0 to $4,000 and jailed from 0 days to 1 year in jail. Did you see and understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Number 2, read that for me. What does it say?
I understand I have the right to a jury trial, a right to examination of a witness, and right to remain silent. I freely and voluntarily give up those rights.
All right. Do you understand what you said there?
Yes, sir.
And is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 3, I ask you, have you ever had any mental health problems?
Yes, sir.
And do you currently have those problems?
No, sir.
Right. Are you currently being given or have you been prescribed mental health medications?
No, sir.
All right. Number 4 talks about the plea that you said you're going to do, which is nolo contendere. If you notice and you reviewed this, what this says is that after you've talked to your attorney and you reviewed the evidence and information available to you, you think it's in your best interest to accept a deal for pleading nolo contendere. Is that true and accurate?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been involved in any way with the sex offender registration program?
No, sir.
Good. Number 6, that talks about the plea agreement. As the judge, I have the authority and responsibility to decide whether the deal you made, I am willing to accept or not. That is something I'm supposed to do. Also, I have the right, the authority to give you any punishment that I want to give you within the range of punishment for Class A that we talked about,
Yes, sir.
even if I give you a punishment that's heavier than what you agreed to. But be aware, if I reject your deal, say, no, I'm not accepting that. Or if I give you a punishment that is in the range, proper range, but is heavier than what you agreed to, in either of those two cases, the law would allow you to start all over again. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where were you born, sir?
San Antonio.
That makes you a U.S. citizen, and it is so be found and noted in the paperwork.
Yes, sir.
Some of these apply to you and some of these do not. This is not a family violence issue, so number 10 does not apply. Number 10 also talks, rather 9 and 10, they talk about sex offender stuff. You don't have anything to do with that. Number 15, by law, you can require that I have order a risk and needs assessment. That's to check you out, what if any problems you may have or any things that we should be doing for you. By signing this paper, you're telling me that you don't need me to do that. You don't want me to do that. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These documents are signed by the state prosecutor and by your attorney and yourself. I will be signing it officially. The document you're seeing now is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. That's my declaration, my certification. You have a stack of little boxes that are stacked vertically, and each one talks about a different type or right of appeal. This one, the number 5 that's right at the top there, I am certifying to you that this, since this is a plea bargain case, you do not have a right of appeal. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will sign that and make it part of the record as are all these documents. Now what we have is a document with, again, the identifying information. This one's called Application for Deferred Adjudication. There's several important things that I need to make very clear to you, but let's start off with this. Did you go over this document carefully with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you know what you are saying to me under oath by signing this document?
Yes, sir.
All right. Deferred adjudication is a very beneficial program for you. What that means is this. You are entering a plea of nolo contendere. That in this court is taken as a guilty plea, and I could convict you outright. However, because you've got to deal with the state to get deferred adjudication, what I will be doing is I will not find you guilty. I'll have a recitation that you'll hear, but I will not find you guilty. And if you live up to 100%, listen carefully, you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, then the case will be dismissed and you're not convicted of this charge.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
It is particularly important that you know that the deferred adjudication, if you foul up, if you refuse to do 100% of what you're telling me you'll do, and that you're signing your name to, the state will ask me to give you a notice and bring you in for a hearing. And
Yes.
what happened then is, according to the evidence, I can convict you at that point. And
Yes.
if that happens, then you'll have the full range of punishment, $0 to $4,000 fine, and jail from 0 days to 1 year in jail. You don't want that. I don't want to do that to you. So don't force me to. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Now this document, that's the one that doesn't have the identifying information, and it's simple because the whole thing is identifying of you, your identification. It has your name. You use Chavez Martinez. Justin is your first name. It doesn't say anything about Joel, but you're one and the same person, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, are you working? It doesn't show anything about employment.
Oh, Yes, sir, I was. And I just forgot to put that down.
Okay, who do you work for?
I was working at Bush Chicken,
A what?
at Bush Chicken, at
Okay.
Bush's,
What do you do there?
uh, make chicken. I'm a cook.
Okay, okay, I got you. Uh, and do you work full-time or part-time?
No, full time.
Okay, and what is your income?
Um,
More or less, doesn't have to be on, in this case, I don't need it down to the
I
penny.
just started last week. That's why.
All right, good, you got a job. What are you being paid? What's your hourly wage?
I believe it's 11
Okay,
or 11.50, something like that.
all right, now, do you live with your parents or your mom?
My grandparents and yes as well.
All right, good for you. Okay, you'll need to put in the 3 references. Did you do that in the papers you have?
Mm,
Okay, you left that blank. I'll need you to fill that in.
okay. Yes, sir.
Basically, 3 people who will always be able to contact you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Now, what's your date of birth?
09/04/2002.
Okay, Lordy, that makes you 18 right now, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I take it you're single?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any children?
No, sir.
Okey-doke. And do you have a vehicle?
Not at the moment.
Okie dokie. All right. Patricia, we're gonna come up now with a document called a plea agreement. This is the deal that's been made. Gotta reload the computer. And there it is. This one has the identifying information minus the court. If you look at this document, the first 2 boxes are going to be checked off. The first one, guess what? It talks about the right to remain silent. Again, this is a critical right. And then the second box says that you are a U.S. citizen. So that's in there. Now, the next section, you'll notice in bold print says defendant's acknowledgements. It's got 5 little boxes stacked up vertically. Each one has a check mark. Did you see what that says by doing a check mark on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the next section that applies to you will be where it talks about unlawfully carrying a weapon. That is the charge that we're dealing with. See how it's got a check mark there, UCW?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, to the charge of unlawfully carrying a weapon, a handgun in a motor vehicle, how do you officially plead? Are you pleading nolo contendere, guilty or not guilty?
No, look, contender.
All right. As I told you earlier, a nolo contendere plea is considered a guilty plea in this court.
Yes, sir.
I find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I will honor the agreement that was made for you by your attorney or with your help. And I am granting you 12 months deferred adjudication. I do not find you guilty at this time. I don't want to find you guilty in the future unless you put me in that position. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
You will not apply for early termination of the community supervision. You are fined $500. The $500 will be probated or suspended if you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. Is that clear? Now, again, I want to reemphasize to you, if you mess all this up and you don't do what you're supposed to, and we wind up having a hearing and I convict you, then not only is the $500 put back in, but the fact is you'll be looking to as much as $4,000. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now you will perform 48 hours of community service restitution. Furthermore, I order you to appear at the Well, actually, you've already done it, I think. But you're required to have your thumbprint placed on the documents. Since you're here in the court, you can probably do it today and it's all over. Now,
Yeah.
there is a motion to forfeit the weapon in this case. What kind of weapon was it?
Your Honor, it was two weapons. One was a 9mm and the other one is a Taurus G2C.
It was as well a 9mm.
What about the 9mm? What is it?
There were two 9mm, Your Honor.
What's the first one that we're talking about? What brand?
Oh, all I know is the first one was 9mm and I have the serial number if you'd like it.
All right. Now there's a motion to forfeit both of them. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection from the defense? I take it this is part of the agreement.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then the court will grant the order to destroy these weapons or to forfeit them, rather. They might wind up in the DA's office, I don't know, but they will be forfeited. In addition, the court takes in consideration and dismisses case number 631002. Furthermore, you will participate in and complete the gun safety course. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. The supervisory fee will be $29 a month.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Justin Chavez Martinez, do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
By the way, when I told you that you have to live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, those conditions are going to be read to you by the probation department staff. You will sign those documents so that there's no question that you know when I say perform 100% of the conditions, you will know exactly what they are. All right. Any questions, Ms. Settle?
Yes, Judge, I don't think he's given his thumbprint yet, so I just want to remind him to do that.
Yeah, well, he's here in the building.
Right. And also to ask the court, does he need to go to probation or how does that work for him?
Ms. Maricela Luna,
Yes, I'm gonna talk to him, Judge.
you what?
Your Honor,
Ms. Luna, what'd you say?
I'm gonna talk to him, Judge. I need to talk to him, please.
All right, we're gonna put you momentarily, Mr. Chavez Martinez, we're gonna put you in a breakout room. By computer, Ms. Luna will be talking to you. She's called a court liaison officer. She's the one that sets things up for you for the probation. You'll know where to go and how to do it.
Yes, sir.
Further questions, Ms. Settle?
No, just one more reminder, Justin, don't leave there without giving your thumbprint.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
since he's there, can he also go to the back and filling out the application,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
personal data sheet?
Yeah, Linda's gonna bring it over here to the court, Patty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you, Ms. Castillo. And anything else, Ms. Settle?
No, that was it, Judge.
Garcia?
That's all, Judge.
Ms. Morgan?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, this concludes this proceeding at this time. Somebody want to say something?